There we go. All right, underlying energy. The King of Cups. Someone else got this here. Virgo. Virgo got this in the same place. But let's see what else comes out. All right, Two of Swords. So someone doesn't want to make a decision. The Ace of Wands coming up as a past energy. There's that Page of Swords coming up in the present. Sorry, it keeps flickering. I'll stop in a moment. Queen of Pentacles rather coming up in the future. And we have the Seven of Wands coming up there at the end. We'll keep these here because I'll clarify some of these. All right, so let's have a look. We have the King of Cups coming up as your underlying energy. Now, the King of Cups, well, any kind of court card that comes up here usually represents the person that I'm reading for. So that would be you, Sagittarius. And if it's you, it's talking very much about you knowing what it is that you want, what makes you happy. Because the King of Cups has emotional maturity. He knows what he wants. He knows what's going to make him happy. The thing with the King of Cups, though, and I say this all the time, is that still waters run deep with this guy. And what that means is what he looks like on the surface is not what's going on inside. He knows very well how he feels. He knows what makes him happy. He knows what he loves. But he won't say it until he's good and ready. Now, if this isn't your energy, this can be you thinking about the perfect partner for you at this time. The King of Cups does represent the ideal lover. You know, this is the family man. This is the romantic, caring, nurturing person. He's going to do all that kind of candlelight and roses and romance and wine and dine you. He's that kind of energy. So he can represent our idea of what the ideal lover would be. Of course, this could be a water sign that you're dealing with, or someone with those placements. That would be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. However, I'll say this. If it's an actual person, it's not going to be someone that you just think about. It's someone who's very central to your story at this time. So if you've just kind of met someone, or you're kind of wondering if someone's that right person, I don't think it would be them. This would be someone who's very central to your story, because this is the underlying energy for the month that's coming up. Let's have a look. So you have the Two of Swords coming up at the heart of your reading. There's a decision that needs to be made. Maybe about him. And I think this could be work two ways. Firstly, you're the King of Cups. You know what you love. You know what you want to go for. You know where your happiness lies. It doesn't just have to be romantically. This can be in work, right? So now you may have had a job that was to do with your creativity, or, you know, that paid well, that kind of thing. But now you're looking at, this doesn't make me happy. What makes me happy? When the Two of Swords comes up, it says a decision needs to be made, a choice needs to be made. And it's almost like you don't want to make the choice, because if you see this woman, she has the two swords crossed in front of her chest. She doesn't want to get hurt. And she's not looking. She's even got her head thrown back, saying, no, not looking at this, not dealing with this. I don't want to deal with it. And for some of you, it's going to be, you don't want to deal with how you're feeling. Or you know, how this person feels about you even. You don't want to look at it. I think if this isn't you, if this is someone else, you kind of have an inkling that you know how they feel about you. But, you know, you don't want to really face it right now for whatever reason. For whatever reason. I will tell you this, with this guy coming up here, you probably have to face it. But we'll get to that in just a moment. Now, coming up as a past energy, we have the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands, it's a brilliant card. Aces are always the potential for new beginnings. So there's been new excitement, new enthusiasm that's coming for you. You've got that spark back. You've got that fire back. You're ready to begin something new with passion, with excitement, with enthusiasm. This can be new projects that we begin, new business ventures. It can be, you know, a new romance that begins with great passion, or even just the urge to begin something new, because it's that spark within us. And it's up to us to fan that spark, to expand it and to turn it into something more, right? So let's have a look at how these kind of work together. Maybe it's this person who's got you who's got this kind of reaction in you. Now, sometimes we don't trust this, and that might be why you're saying, no. I am getting the sense that there's a few of you, I don't know how many this will apply to, but a few of you who have feelings, and it may not just be you. It's a general reading, so the energies can work both ways. It could be the person that you're dealing with, but you'll still have an inkling that, you know, they have deep feelings here. They have excitement, passion, all of this coming in, but they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with it. And it's because they don't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to be hurt. That's what's coming up here with the Two of Swords. Also, this person might be afraid of conflict, or, you know, worried that what if there's a disagreement, and they may not be sure that the other person feels the same way about them. I think that's going to change though. Now, it doesn't have to be that. Say it's work, right? Say it's work. You wanted to start something new. With the Ace of Wands, this is where you just have the urge to start something. You know, the idea, that eureka moment. That's what this is for me. It's that eureka moment, that, oh my God, I could do this. That inspiration to do something. But even then, you may not be ready to do it. The Two of Swords, we've had some bizarre energy around. So, you know, it's understandable. But we do have this guy in the present, the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords is the spy. And he's called the spy because what do spies do? They go out there and they get information. They find out information. They get intelligence, right? And this guy, I mean, at a very mundane level, this can involve this King of Cups, because like I said, he knows how he feels, but he doesn't always say it. It could involve this person keeping an eye on your social media, or you doing that to someone else. However, the fact that the Page of Swords is coming up in the present says to me that there's some information that comes through now, something that, you know, I don't think it's bad. It can be, it's always the truth. With the Page of Swords, it's always the truth. It may be information that's delayed. Maybe this person has already sent a message to say how they feel, to say what they think. And, you know, that's what's kind of, it's been delayed. And that's why no one knows what to do here. You might be thinking the other person hasn't made this decision yet, but it's because that message has been delayed. Now, it may be that this is a very young energy. This could be an older energy. So there may be kind of that May, December thing going on here in a relationship. And that could be an air sign. So that would be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. But we also have Earth energy coming in the future. And it feels like whatever this information is, this is why I do not think it's a bad thing. Whatever this information is, I think it breaks this deadlock. It breaks this, you know, afraid to be vulnerable. Because then we have the Queen of Pentacles coming up in the future. Now, this is Earth energy. So it may be Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. I get the sense, though, it's that, you know, it's very tangible energy. It's very physical energy. And she's very open. She's very reliable. She's dependable. So where there seems to be uncertainty here, like there's a spark here, but, you know, with this truth, whatever this truth is that is revealed in February, it leads to this kind of certainty. It leads to you knowing that you can rely on someone, that someone is dependable. Now, if this is not a relationship, because obviously it kind of feels like it's been going that way, but if it isn't that, then this could be if you've had some sparks to do with work, if, you know, you've wanted to make a change in your job and you've not been sure about what to change. She's a great energy to have coming up in the future because she's very hardworking. She's able to create great abundance, and abundance can be anything, right? Emotional abundance, financial abundance, spiritual abundance, whatever abundance means to you, you're able to do that. And she's a queen, so she's not going to have a problem making this decision. She is great at earning, creating abundance because she shares it. She takes care of her friends and family with whatever she earns. That's why she works so hard. I'm going to clarify some of this, but let's have a look. So we have the Seven of Wands coming up as your advice. This kind of says, as an advice energy, I feel like this is telling you like to stand your ground, but to know what you stand for, to know what you stand for. What do you love? What is the truth there? What does this spark mean to you? That's what the Seven of Wands is. Because you don't have to worry. If you're worried about having to defend your relationship, especially if there's an age difference here, or having to defend what you believe in, the work that you want to do, whatever it is. And this kind of message has been coming through for a lot of people. Whatever it is that you feel like, you know, you want to, you can defend it. Seven of Wands says that it might be a testing time, but there's nothing to show that you won't succeed. This person always stands on higher ground. The other thing is how much, because we have the Two of Swords here, and this is about someone who's not really looking at a situation. We see these wands coming up at this guy, and that can be things coming at us from every angle. But it also says how much of that is real. And I think that's going to get revealed here. How much of that is your fears? Because we don't actually see the people holding the wands. We don't actually see it. And he's ready, right? This is that warrior spirit card. He's ready to fight. He's ready to defend. But you have to know what you stand for. And it feels like In February, you're going to decide, you'll come into some information. It might not even be information that you hear from someone else. It's you becoming like completely honest with yourself. If you've been doing this, that changes with this guy, you know, being completely brutally honest with yourself and saying, yeah, well, this is what I want, or this is how I feel. Right, so let's pull a few clarifiers. All right, so there's that decision. Okay, so this is a better decision because at least this person's ready to make that decision. This is about action once you've made the decision. But let's have a look. So I kind of pulled it for this kind of energy here, like, you know, yes, you get to this stage where this is feeling safe, secure, supported, everything stable, you know, a reliable, dependable energy, whether that's yours or someone else's, is a million miles away from this, where you're not sure, you know, you don't want to get hurt. But why? How do you get here? Well, this is your heart's desire. So whatever it is that your heart's desire, you know, you have to be this Queen of Pentacles, who feels secure, who feels stable, who's kind of open with what she does, to get your heart's desire. So for some of you, whatever it is that you wish for, and the King of Cups knows, he knows what his emotions are telling him. It's about getting in touch with that. And that seems to give you the stability to move ahead and to have this kind of very stable energy that's coming in. And also to defend. Don't forget, I did it for both of these. To defend what is yours. To stand for what you believe in. This could be to do with a long distance relationship. This card's been coming up so much. It doesn't have to just be a long distance relationship. I mean, sometimes this can be when there's been distance between two people, no communication. This is when that gap kind of closes between the two. So someone could be traveling, but this can also be an internal kind of, we've been going through a difficult time internally, especially if this is here, like we didn't want to decide something because we don't want to get hurt. This is where we move away. We're moving away from the more difficult times. And we're able to now see things clearly. Things become a little easier. If it's coming up with the Nine of Cups, it's definitely to do with your heart's desire. So this is movement towards your heart's desire, I would say. And how do you do that with this, with the Two of Wands, which is you're at a crossroads and it's time to make a decision. Now, this is a clear-cut decision. It's not like this one where the person doesn't want to make it. Where there's conflict, it's a decision that no one wants to make. This is not so much about the decision. This is about the action that gets taken. So if you look at these two wands here, and I've been saying this, like this one's bracketed to the wall. She's not holding on to that one. She's holding on to this one. She's decided, I want this wand. And then she's looking at that globe. So some of you may be like thinking about traveling somewhere, especially with that Six of Swords coming up. Are you thinking about traveling somewhere? Is there somewhere that you want to go? There could be more information coming in on that. Like it could be work related. It doesn't have to be about a relationship. Could be that to make some project happen, or you know, if this is some business idea, because this can be a business idea or a project that we start, could be about going international, right? So it is that, but it's something very closely related to what your wish is, to your heart's desire. And it feels like there's progress made towards it. So like I said, this is not just about picking. Like you don't just pick one of the paths ahead of you. You then have to act. Like you have to actively walk down that path. So there's very much it's fire energy. It's your energy. It's about, you know, taking action, going forward. It can be that, you know, you feel like you have to defend your idea, defend what this is, because that's underneath this. You have to defend that for other people, but it's your heart. How much do you want it, I guess, is the question. How much do you want it? That's what the Nine of Cups is kind of saying here. Let's see if we can expand on these energies with some oracle cards. Okay, we have codependency. Codependency for me, it's like the Devil card. It says addictions are affecting your romantic life. Let me just hold out there. And I get the sense when this shows up, I mean, I'm looking at the Nine of Cups here now. This can be excess. This can be overdoing something, the Nine of Cups. Like, you know, it can be the card for gluttony. But I'm not really getting that because it came up as a clarifier for this. It came up as a clarifier for this. Now, I think codependency here is not so much addictions to a substance, maybe for some of you, but I think the overall message, it may be that, you know, someone has feelings here and they're not sharing them because of this. It's like someone's overthinking it. It's that kind of like, you know, if I tell them and this might upset them, there might be an argument. It's that kind of thing. And Sagittarius, you're not usually like that. So this may be the other person's energy that they're doing that, whoever this King of Cups is. Now, the King of Cups is usually not codependent. That's nothing that I would ever say that the King of Cups is, but the card is there. So it may be the interaction between these two. You know what? Let's do another one from this. Let's just do another one. All right. Yeah, so that's him, right? There are romantic feelings here. I'm getting the sense with codependency that there's something holding someone back. These two cards say that. Because he's not saying how he feels. Someone is not saying how they feel because they're afraid to get hurt. And codependency is the opposite of like interdependency, right? When you're interdependent, you can rely on each other. And this is when you feel like you can't rely on someone. All right, let's see what we have from the Whispers of Love. All right, we have two. A lot of oracle cards coming out for you guys. So the first one is physical touch is important. For some of us, nothing is more important than a tender touch. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it. Right, so first of all, this card to me is that intimacy card, right? It's it may be, because especially with the Six of Swords here, where there's distance between you guys. Like I said, you're at a distance, or that you could live next door to each other, but you just haven't been talking. You could be sleeping in the same bed together, but you know, there hasn't been that kind of intimacy for a while. So that might be an issue. And that's something that may need to be faced. Maybe someone hasn't been bringing that up because they don't want to rock the boat, right? Codependency, Two of Swords here, they don't want to cause problems. So that could be an issue that's coming up. But it seems to be sorted out because this is passion. This is passion in all forms. And the Queen of Pentacles, I always see the earth signs as being the actors, as much as wands are seen as being passionate. That's just an emotion. I think when we're talking about tangible things, like things that we can, people that we can feel and touch and see, that's going to be the Queen of Pentacles. This is a very physical card. When we get the Pentacles, earth energy court cards. Right, let's see what else we have. And we also have back to what you love. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. And that's maybe why there's decisions that need to be made here. Because before it was like, you didn't want to get hurt, or someone didn't want to get hurt because of this decision. But now you get new information that you're able to make not just a decision, but decide what action you want to take, what you want to do going forward from here. Why? I think Pisces got this. Why is all about, asking that question. Why is this happening? Why do I want this? In your reading, I think this is saying that the why is going to be explained by this person. The why. And that's when you're able to make a choice then. There is information coming in. I think that's what February is going to be for you. Information that comes in for you. That's going to explain things. That's going to clear up things where now decisions and choices can be made. You guys have been getting kind of decision choice energy for a while now. This feels different though. This feels, well, all of the readings have been feeling different. Right, let's pull you a postcard from Spirit. I think I just read this actually, and I shuffled that quite a bit. So I don't know who got this. I think it was Scorpio or Libra. One of the ones just before you got this. It says, the common sayings, be in the world, but not of it, and wear the world loosely, refer to the need to be engaged with life while not being attached to specific outcomes. Do not take this world too personally, for you are one of many co-creators here to play, and we have many ideas about how all this should play out. Just know that outcomes don't matter as much as the presence you bring to each experience and how you let yourself flow through life. There's a real freedom in knowing and accepting this. So will you wear the world loosely, or will it straitjacket you? It is your choice. Whatever happens, have the courage to keep trying to live as you are meant to. And when it comes to manifesting, don't worry about the how or even the why. Well, there you go. You got why there. We have that covered. Everything is going to turn out exactly as it should. Spirit has a plan. And that kind of makes sense, because this is like, there's a choice. You have to make the choice or decision, but this is where we don't want to. We don't want to make that choice or decision. But it changes by the end of this period, because this is where you're ready to, not just ready to make the choice, ready to act on it, ready to go forward. And the why energy, it's kind of explained here. If you guys have been in that why, but why do I want this? Why do I do that? It's explained. This guy is going to explain that why. Very interesting. I feel like I've been saying that to everyone. That's how the energies have been. Don't be afraid to go forward. And I just get that sense. If you're the one that's waiting for someone else to make the choice, it just feels like someone's afraid to rock the boat or to come out, and it will happen. Like that Page of Swords, you can't get away with that kind of brutal honesty. But yeah, especially if you're dealing with a kind of King of Cups type who's not saying how they feel, it feels like everything gets revealed, and that's when things truly become stable and you can truly move ahead then.